Guys, James Carter TV here to give you my 2016 NFL Draft first round grades. The first round just ended minutes ago, and here I am to give you my grades for each and every team. They can be found down in the description box below. Now, I'm not going to be able to have enough time to talk about each team individually because I have an exam tomorrow at 9 a.m. But after the draft, for the next 2 weeks, I'll be uploading post-draft recaps for each and every team in the NFL. So if you are not subscribed already, I suggest you do that because I'm going to be talking about your favorite team and the draft that they did overall, not just the first round, but rounds 1 through 7 for your specific team, for your favorite team within the next 2 weeks. So I suggest you subscribe if you have not already. Now, this 2016 NFL Draft was interesting. In my final mock draft, I only had 4 picks correct, and that was Goff, Wentz, who everybody had, Sheldon, Rankins, and Ryan Kelly. In my 8.0 NFL mock draft, which really was my second to last because my 9.0 was a dual mock draft with Chase Oliver, that one I actually had 6 picks correct, so that's just the one we need to worry about. So I had 6 picks correct in this 2016 NFL mock draft as far as I'm concerned, and that includes Goff, Wentz, Sheldon, Rankins, Ryan Kelly. I also had in that draft, who else did I have? Oh, I had the Titans getting Conklin, and I also should have had one more that I can't remember right now. Oh, the Vikings getting Laquan Treadwell. And I also should have had the Texans getting Will Fuller. So 7. And I mean, overall, this draft, it was pretty weird. I don't know what a lot of these teams are doing, and I guess it stems off of the fact that this isn't a great draft at the top of the draft. There's a lot of players, and not this is a bad draft, because I think the draft is pretty deep, but it's deep of okay starters. That's the way I'm putting it. No great players. I mean, there's some, but a lot of these guys are just going to be starting. They're going to be okay. They're going to be fine, but not a lot of pro bowlers, but not a lot of busts either. So, with that in mind, let me give you my grades. Now, I'm just going to go real quick, but again, all of these grades can be found in the description box below. So, let's start with the Rams. They take Jared Goff, quarterback out of California. It's a fine pick. I like Carson Wentz better. I think Carson Wentz should have been the pick here if you're going to trade up to number 1 and take him. So I give this one a B- because I think Carson Wentz will prove to be a better quarterback than Jared Goff. But with that said, I think Jared Goff will be fine. I just think the problem is the Rams don't have many good weapons around him other than Todd Gurley. Wide receivers, Kenny Britt, he sucks. Tavon Austin, he sucks. Kenny Britt, we've seen what he can do. He's not going to get 1,000 yards. We've been waiting for him to get 1,000 yards for the past 6 seasons, all of which he's not gotten 1,000 yards. Tavon Austin can't even break 500 yards. So I'm not going to just say, oh, okay, now they're going to do it. No. The wide receivers aren't very good, and they don't have draft picks in order to draft good wide receivers until next year. So, and even the second round of next year. So we're going to have to wait for a while for Jared Goff to, I think, really be able to show some great progress. But I think it's a fine pick. So we go to Carson Wentz, who I believe is a better quarterback of the two. I give this grade an A- for the Philadelphia Eagles. As I said in my Eagles-Browns trade video, I am of the belief that the Philadelphia Eagles have a pretty good roster right now. I think this defense is really good. I think Jim Schwartz will make them better. I think the running backs and wide receivers need work. But I think with Carson Wentz, and with that quarterback now in place, you can actually build something in terms of actually possibly winning a Super Bowl in the future, which the Eagles should be having their minds on. We have Joey Bosa going number 3 overall. Wow, great job to the media on this one. Honestly, and let's be honest, right? I'm just a YouTuber. I don't have any inside sources. I try to do as much research as I can, and I rely on the media to please tell me something. I'm blaming you guys for this. How did no one have this? Come on, guys. You guys suck. Daniel Jeremiah, Mel Kiper, Todd McShay, Adam Schefter, all you guys stink. None of you were able to get any. The only thing we were hearing was Ronnie, Stanley, Laremy, Tunsil, DeForest, Buckner, Jalen, Ramsey. We didn't even hear Joey Bosa was even being considered. And then here he goes, number 3 overall. Way to go, analysts, because we don't know what we're talking about. Of course we don't. I hope to in the future to have sources that I can rely on for actual good information, because God knows you guys suck, and you guys did nothing to help many of us mock drafters with this 2016 NFL draft. Shame on you all. So anyway, I like this pick. Relatively though, although I do believe Joey Bosa is the second best prospect in this draft, I've never gone off of that. I do, however, I think the Chargers were already pretty much set at outside linebacker. You have Jeremiah Tausi, you have Melvin Ingram. Now Atauchu's getting booted. And maybe they start Bosa on the D-line, but I don't think so. I think he's an outside linebacker in a 3-4 scheme. So I think Atauchu now goes out of the door. I think that's unfortunate. So only give it a B+, but it's still a fine grade. Next we have the Dallas Cowboys taking Ezekiel Elliott. Now, I've been on the record, I'm not an Ezekiel Elliott fan. I think he's okay. I think he'll be a fine running back. I think what's going to happen is, first of all, this is a C-. So go ahead and yell at me in the comment section down below. Let me tell you what's going to happen. Listen to me clearly. Clearly, as Stephen A. Smith would like to say. Ezekiel Elliott will have over 1,000 yards this season. You will come back to this video, you're going to say, James Carter, I told you Ezekiel Elliott would be good, would be great, whatever. I'm going to tell you, no, he's not. You know who had 1,000 yards this season? Darren McFadden. Darren McFadden had 230-something rushes, over 1,000 yards, 4.6 yards per carry, and the Eagles want a running back. Why? Because perception is the difference here. You guys don't like Darren McFadden. You're going to love Ezekiel Elliott just based off the fact that he's Ezekiel Elliott. He's a rookie. But he's going to give you the same production, and you're going to say, oh, look how good this kid is, even though you got literally the same production from Darren McFadden the year before. Maybe Ezekiel Elliott would get over 1,200. I wouldn't be surprised, but I don't think you're ever going to look at Ezekiel Elliott, you're going to say this is a top 5 running back. I think next year you have Leonard Fournette, you have Dalvin Cook, you have Christian McCaffrey, you have Nick Chubb, all of which are better than Ezekiel Elliott, and Ezekiel Elliott goes number 4. Overall, when there are 4 running backs in next year's draft that are better than him, good luck convincing me of that. Next, we have Jalen Ramsey, A+. A+ to the Jacksonville Jaguars, who are now going to, I think, maybe win the AFC South. I mean, this is a team, although their free agent moves I'm not in love with like everyone else is. Like, I think Deshaun Gibson isn't very good. I think Malik Jackson is really good, so that helps. Prince Amukamara is fine. This one's going to make a big difference. I mean, Jalen Ramsey is going to absolutely torch the NFL. He's going to prove that he should have been the number 1 pick overall, that he was the best prospect. He's going to be the best player from this draft for years and years and years and years and years to come. And people are going to regret passing on Jalen Ramsey. Man, the Jaguars are killing me, man. They got their franchise quarterback in Blake Bortles. Now they have their franchise defensive player in Jalen Ramsey. Dante Fowler's coming back. Malik Jackson. Oh, man. Titans are idiots. Next, we have the Ronnie Stanley pick going to the Baltimore Ravens. I give this a B+. You know, Ravens, they need an offensive tackle right now. Right tackle, Ricky Wagner, wasn't very good last year, and Eugene Monroe may not be there long. So they needed a tackle. They take one here. I like Ronnie Stanley. I tried to say, remember, go back to my scouting reports on Ronnie Stanley and Laremy Tunsil. In both videos I said that I wouldn't be surprised if Ronnie Stanley went before Laremy Tunsil. I tried to tell you people, I wish actually now that the Tennessee Titans would have picked number 1 overall because, man, they would have picked Jalen Ramsey. I mean, they would have picked Jalen Ramsey. After what we've seen today from Laremy Tunsil, man, this team would have picked Jalen Ramsey. And, man, I'd be in a good mood right now instead of the mood that I'm currently in. But anyway, I think Ronnie Stanley is a good player. I think this is a good pick. Number 7. We have DeForest Buckner going to the San Francisco 49ers. I like this pick. Good player. They need talent. Oh, my God. Do the 49ers need talent? And this is such a better move than what they did later on that I'm going to get into. But this is a good pick for them. Get him on your defensive line. Let him go after the pass rusher. Help stop the run. 49ers looking a little bit better for now. But, man, we are going to get into their next pick in a second. Tennessee Titans traded out for Jack Conklin. Again, Tennessee Titans fans, I already see you guys rationalizing. We trust John Robinson. Are you people mad? I can't believe some of you Tennessee Titans fans out there. You people are you're so delusional. I can't even believe it. You people are saying that you trust John Robinson based off what? Because he did some things in free agency? How does that prove that he can draft well? He needs to prove this is his first draft. How do you trust somebody that's never drafted before? That's ridiculous. I mean, that is the most nonsensical thing I have ever heard. I see people commenting on my video already that I made on the Titans taking Jack Conklin. Why I trust John Robinson? Why? This is the first draft pick he's made. We need to judge it. And I'm telling you, and you tell me if I'm wrong, if Rustin Webster would have made this pick, would you be happy? you're lying. If you say you'd be happy, you're freaking lying. You would want Russell Webster fired. The only difference here is that you like John Robinson, so that's changing your perception. Your perception's been changed, and that's changing your reality. No, this is a bad pick, honestly. There are so many better options here than moving up to number 8 to take Jack Conklin. Tell me, is Jack Conklin a top 10 prospect worthy of giving up a 2017 second rounder, 2016 third rounder? If you say yes, you are lying to me. Next, we have number 9. Chicago Bears trade up. They take Leonard Floyd, and this is a pick that I actually like. They only give up a 4th rounder, 2015 4th rounder to move up 2 spots. They take Leonard Floyd. They pair him with Pernell McPhee. Good. B plus though, only because I think Leonard Floyd isn't of great value here, but he's a fine value. Next, we have the New York Giants. They take Eli Apple. I don't know what the Giants are thinking. I said in my mock draft, I never know what the Giants are thinking. I said in my conversation with Chase Oliver, I never know what the Giants are thinking. And yet again, I don't know what the Giants are thinking. Eli Apple is a fine player, but it was corner the need here. Not really. I give it a C+. Next, we have Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking Vernon Hargreaves III. I'm not a big Vernon Hargreaves III fan. I've been on the record. I think he's fine. But right now, the Bucs have... Who do they have in corner? They have Altron Werner and someone else that I can't remember right now. Jonathan Banks? Is he still there? I don't know. Well, maybe Vernon Hargreaves will be their number 1 corner, but I don't think he's going to be a good one. I don't think he's going to be a Pro Bowl one. I think he's going to be a fine cornerback, but he's going to have struggles against Julio Jones, Odell Beckham, blah, blah, blah. He's not going to be able to shut those guys down. Okay, from here, I'm just going to talk about the picks that are of note because, man, this video is actually going to end up being quite long. So, with that said, or maybe I can just go by it quickly. Okay, I'll try to go by it quickly. Okay, 12. We have New Orleans Saints to take Sheldon Rankins. I like this pick. They need help on the defensive line. They get here. Sheldon Rankins, I give it a B+. Next, we have the Miami Dolphins. Laremy Tunsil falls all the way down here because he's smoking a bong, because he's tweeting ridiculous stuff, and I told you he was ridiculous. Go back to my scouting report. I said Laremy Tunsil is not as smart, not as great as you people are making him out to be. He's a great prospect in terms of great pass blocking, not great run blocking, but man, this guy has some problems upstairs, and now you people are finally catching up, and now he falls down here. It's a good pick for the Dolphins, though I give it an A-. Next, we have the Raiders, who reach on Carl Joseph. Cannot believe Carl Joseph went this high. I kept saying throughout the draft process, the Raiders would love to believe that a safety would be of value here. Well, they made a safety of value here. They just said, well, we need a safety so hard, damn it, or so much, damn it, we're just going to take one, and then he'll be of our value. So they got one here. He fits the need. I think he'll be a fine player. I'll give it a B- though, because he's not of value here. This is not good value. Next, we have the Cleveland Browns to take Corey Coleman. I am on the record. I do not like Corey Coleman. I think he's small. Everyone knows he's small. He doesn't catch the ball well. He's a street baller. He's Tavon Austin, Kendall Wright, these street small ballers that come to the NFL and can't run routes, can't catch footballs. He's the same thing that we've been seeing again and again and again and again. I don't know how many examples we need to see before we see that this model doesn't work in the NFL. I gave it a C-. Next, we have the Detroit Lions. Taylor Decker goes here. I give it a B. They need an offensive lineman. They got one here, but I don't love Taylor Decker. It's a fine pick. Next, we have Keanu Neal. Again, a reach, another safety. It goes in the teens. This is a conversation I did not think we would have, but we're having it. And man, I don't like it. I'm not a big Keanu Neal fan. I think this is too high. I give it a C. Next, we have Ryan Kelly. Now, this is the range where you may think, wow, man, James Carter TV, you are such an ass. You hate everything. Well, look, I'm about to like a lot. Because the Colts take Ryan Kelly to pass protect for Andrew Luck. Good, I give it an A. Next, we have the Buffalo Bills. Take Shaq Lawson. I give it an A. They need a pass rusher. He's of value. Right now, these next 6 teams are getting people of value, of need. This is how you draft. Pay attention. Next, we have the New York Jets. Darren Lee, of need, of value, A. Next, we have Washington Redskins. Josh Doxson, of need, of value, A+. Next, we have Will Fuller. Not a big Will Fuller fan. I think he'll be fine, though. B+. Next, we have Minnesota Vikings. Laquan Treadwell, A+. Look at me. Look at all these grades I'm giving out. You think I'm a great grader right now. Cincinnati Bengals, William Jackson III. You guys already have enough corners, but it's still a good pick. B+. Pittsburgh Steelers, Artie Burns. It's a reach. It's a reach. He shouldn't have been drafted in the first round. You guys need corners. I agree. But, man, there's a reach. You get C+. Next, you have the Denver Broncos, Paxton Lynch. They trade up with the Seattle Seahawks. They need a quarterback. They get one here. I'm not a big Paxton Lynch fan, but I think he'll find success when you have Demaryius Thomas on one side, Emmanuel Sanders on another. I think he'll find success. I give it a B+. Next, we have the Green Bay Packers, Kenny Clark out of UCLA. I like this pick. Miles Jack is still falling down the board. I thought they were going to take him here. They don't, but I still really like Kenny Clark. I'd give it an A-. Here we go with the what the hell are these people doing as the San Francisco 49ers. I mean, these people are blowing my mind. I mean, I need to hear what these people are thinking. The 49ers trade up to the 28th pick. They swap picks with the Kansas City Chiefs. They gave up a 4th rounder and a 6th rounder. I'm thinking they're taking Miles Jack, and they're going to pair him with Navarro Bowman, and they're going to have another inside linebacking duo that's going to raise hell. Man, was I wrong. They take offensive guard Joshua Garnett, who I didn't have going until the 3rd round. I don't know what they're thinking. I don't know why they're thinking it. I think they're dumb. I think they're stupid. I think this is a mistake. I give it a D. Next, we have the Arizona Cardinals. They take Robert Nkemdiche. I saw people saying the Cardinals, they know what they're doing. They gave they took a chance on Tyrann Mathieu, and that worked out. Blah blah blah. Look, I don't care what you've done, who you are. You don't get the benefit of the doubt when you're talking to me. You don't. The Patriots make bad picks. They drafted Aaron Dobson. I said, why are you drafting Aaron Dobson? Everyone said, trust them. They know what they're doing. They don't. Aaron Dobson sucks. When great teams can make horrible picks. This is a bad pick. And Robert Nkemdiche is a clown. You think Laremy Tunsil is a clown? Me, clown 2.0. From this moment onward, I'm calling him Clown Dichi, because that's what he is. That's who he is. That's who he'll always be. I hear Susie Colbert on ESPN talking about Robert Nkemdiche's brother is the one that's getting him involved in all of this hell, and the Cardinals are going to tell him to distance himself from his brother. You good luck with that. That's not going to work. I'll tell you right now. C-. Next, we have the Panthers taking Vernon Butler. I really like Vernon Butler. I think he's a really good player. But don't you guys already have enough defensive tackles? You have Star Lotulelei. You have Kawan Short. This guy's not going to see the field. I mean, no... I don't know. When is he going to see the field? I guess you're already considering you're not going to re-sign Star Lotulelei? Is that what this means? Wow. I give it a B. It's a good player, but why? And then next we have the Seattle Seahawks taking Jermaine Ifedi. I mean, I think it's a little bit of a reach. I think Jason Spriggs would have been the pick here if he was. It would have been an A-, but you take Jermaine Ifedi, you give it a B. Real quick on my grading, the way I grade, right? I don't give Fs because, you know, even though Joshua Garnett, maybe he's going to be an all-pro. So I have to give them some sort of credit. But and also, think about it, I'm in college, right? I think a C is a harsh grade. If I get a C, I'm pissed. So I think a C is harsh. A B is you can do better, right? I don't want to get a B. I mean, B, you can do better, right? I think B+ should be where you're okay with that grade, or it's a good grade, right? It's a good grade, I should say. A B you're okay with, but you want more. So that's the way I'm thinking about it from my college scale. So I don't give Fs. I don't give... I mean, A's I give. I mean, I gave a good amount of A's here. So I'm a pretty generous grader, I think. But I'm sure you're still going to have a big problem. And if you do, comment them down below and we'll have a conversation. All right, guys. Until next time, James Carter TV. I'm out. Peace.